Welcome to Bums on Seats, where top marketers answer our questions about the marketing landscape. But we'd love to know what questions you'd ask. Just click on the link to give us your questions. Now here's our latest episode.
Okay, so imagine, cast your mind back, you've been in your first marketing job for, I don't know, about a year, and it's either get a promotion or leave and go and find a job somewhere else. What do you advise people to do in that situation? What do you think, how do they best advance their career?
You know, I don't think there is a really clear rule with things like that. It absolutely depends on the company, it depends on the environment, it depends whether you're being stretched, whether you're learning new stuff. I mean, if you get promoted into the next job but fundamentally your frustrations and what you're doing is no different than what you were doing before, then you should probably look to move on. But if you're in an interesting company that is developing and evolving and doing interesting stuff, and the strategies means that you're constantly being challenged, then you should stay put. I don't think there is. I think there is a school of thought from some people that you zigzag your way through your career through different companies, and that's the way that you want to run your career. But everyone's different. I spent a decade at Channel 4 because we were constantly doing new stuff and launching new stuff. And people who have in their early 20s have really clearly defined plans about, by this age I want to be doing this, and by this age I want to be doing that, and my view is that you're going to end up with a life of disappointment if you have that clearly sort of mapped out plan, because things don't really work out like that.
The advice I'd give in that situation is actually stay for a bit longer than a year, because actually 12 months is not a long time to get under the skin of a brand. And also, as equally important, I really think it's key that you need to stay with an organisation in order to learn what's the impact of the marketing activity in the longer term, and what are the learnings that you can get. And it's important to take away the successes as it is to take away, what went wrong. And if you're constantly moving really quickly, then it's difficult to see the full results of your activity and really digest and understand the learnings from it, so that then the next activity you go into, you can really look at in an objective way and say, I'm not going to do that bit again, but I'm definitely going to dial up that bit.
I think moving around definitely has some benefits, and you have to do that in your career. I think you have to go and get exposure to different ways of working, different teams, different verticals, different industries. However, if we're talking about a 12-month horizon, I would say stick to where you are. There's, it takes a little while to maybe get under the skin of a brand or an organization. So, I would say if you have the opportunity to be promoted after a year, take the promotion, and try to make your way around the company and stay around for a while, and make sure you have learned everything you could within that organization. It really depends on the opportunities that you're given. There isn't one way of doing things, but I think you have really to constantly ask yourself whether you're still learning and still being challenged and able to challenge yourself, and when you're not, then it's time probably to move on.